Hi, my name is Roy Ellis, and this is 3 Minutes of Grief. Today, I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, at the beautiful public gardens. It's a gorgeous snowy day, and I wanted to talk a little bit about burdens. This morning, I had a woman in my grief counseling office who was grieving the loss of her husband, had just moved to a new home, starting her life again. And all of a sudden she was feeling incredibly lonely and sad and really felt like there was no one she could talk to. She wanted to reach out to her daughter and to her son, but she decided that that would be burdening them, that sharing her pain with them would somehow increase the freight of their own pain and wound them further in their loss. This is a pretty common thing that we hear, both from parents to children and from children to parents, that somehow sharing and talking about our pain or crying too much in front of somebody might actually increase their pain, damage them more, bring more harm to their life. The idea is that we'll somehow burden the person more than they're already burdened, and that they won't somehow be able to bear that incredible weight of burdening. The root of the word burden comes from the same word that we use when we speak of childbirth, bearing, to bear or to carry. And the idea of a burden in that sense is to carry something precious. And that when we carry something as precious as grief, we're carrying something sacred. The other reality of burdening is that you really can't burden someone anymore. The worst has happened. When someone has died, the worst indeed has happened. All we can do is commiserate, to share a little bit. And in my experience, and I would say the research bears this out as well, that sharing actually lowers the overall pain threshold that people have. Sharing helps us to feel not so alone, helps us to feel not so misunderstood, and actually creates a sense of shared belonging. So, I want to encourage you today to rethink burdening and this idea of sort of protecting other people from our pain as if somehow it'll increase the weight of their own grief on them. I don't think that's how it works. But you do have to talk this out. You have to talk to each other and say to each other, I want to hear about your grief. I want to hear about your pain. It won't burden me. It will free me. It will release me. And it will feel good to speak the person's name. It's okay if I cry. It's okay if I weep. It's okay if things get sticky. If things get hard. If we run into some bumps, it might not be smooth. But I do want to share. So I want to encourage you today to rethink this idea of burdening other people with our pain, protecting other people. Instead, I'd like to encourage you to bear each other's sacred wounds with your hands, with your hearts, and to walk together in that. My name is Roy Ellis. This is 3 Minutes of Grief in beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Take good care of your hearts. Stay warm. Take care. Bye-bye.